Hey guys, welcome back. In today's video I'm going to be doing another BJD body review, and this review is going to be about the Spritdoll Smart Body, which is a MSD size 1/4 sized body. And I've hybrided it with a minifee head, and that is a RFA head, which was an event, I think it was last year. And this body is by far my favourite body that I have on the MSD size. And so let's take a look at the head, and it's not normally a head that I'd go for, but I just really saw something in this head and I needed to get it. So it was an event head, like I said, it was an RFA head, and it's not a very popular head, which I understand why. It's not the typical girly looking head, so I didn't want a girly looking head for this particular character, so I went for this sculpt, and it turned out exactly how I wanted it. So hybriding a Spritdoll body is really easy. They provide this donut which holds the head in place, especially for a Fairyland head, because they have that click system normally. So the Spritdoll has an S-hook system, and you can see that donut inside which holds the head in place, and the neck hole fits nicely as well, and it just works really well. It was no problem or anything like that. And the resin match was really great as well, so it wasn't too different from the minifee and the Spritdoll body. It's pretty similar. Oh, as you can see, it's made in 2015. Wow, that's old. I didn't even realize that. So the only issues I have with the donut is sometimes it's a little too big to fit the heads in, and the S-hook is propped up a little bit more, so you just have to put it in the right place to be able to pop that head back on the minifees again. So it's just a little bit of fiddling around, but once you get the hang of it, it's not a big deal. And moving on to the body, and this body I got secondhand, so it has really big boobies. I'm not really fond of the way the nipples are done. I just don't really like high beams on, but you can always sand them off and stuff, so I might do that in the future. But yeah, this is the large bust, but yeah, they're too big for my liking. But once I dress her, you kinda can't really tell anyway. So you can kind of see how it works in the middle area, the waist area. It's not like the minifees where it has that weird joint at the back, and you can see it has a little shelf where you can put the top of the body on, and it just sits there, and it gives it a really nice slouch, which something that the minifee lacks is any slouching. So it's something really Spritdoll has. It's really well done, and I really like the sculpting on this doll. It's a little bit different from normally, and I just really like the way this doll is sculpted. I really like the aesthetics of the arms and the way the belly is sculpted, and the little hips and the slight ribs on the top of the torso piece. It's really great. And moving on to the legs, and you can see it has a great range of motion, and it has that motion twist thing on the corner there, which gives it a nice ability to move the legs around. I find it a little hard with dolls that don't have that mobility joint, that the legs don't go all the way around. And you can see how wonderfully the legs are sculpted in this too, and the knees are really well done, which make them a bit seamless, unlike a lot of the other ones. And it has this huge peanut in it, so you can reach all sorts of poses and kneel her and everything, which is why I really like this doll, because it just gets into so many different poses because of the ability of the way it's sculpted. And everything just clicks into place really nicely. It's just so smooth, and I just really like this body. And the feet are a little bit limited, a little bit more limited than what the minifees are, but they're really nicely sculpted, and they're really nice size compared to the body, because the body is a little bit taller than all of the minifees. It's actually quite a lot taller than the minifees and a bit more robust. So the legs and the feet are quite a lot bigger than a minifees, especially other M-line minifees. And we can have a look at the back here, and I really like the way the back's sculpted too. It's nice little details, especially up the top area. It's got the nice bones in the back, which make it a little bit different than a lot of the other dolls that I've seen. And you can see it's a bit unevenly yellowed. I actually don't have it out in the sun at all, so I don't really know what that's from. And she doesn't really wear short sleeves either. But you can see the arms have the same mechanism as the leg joints, which give it a good range of motion as well, and you can see how easy it is to get her arm up to her face, which is a lot better than a lot of the other dolls that I have in my collection. This is probably has the best range of motion. And we can have a look at the hands, and the hands are really beautifully sculpted as well, a lot better than most of the other dolls I have. Minifee hands are beautifully sculpted, but these ones are just really, really nice. And it even has the little details of the fingernails on there, which make it really, really nice. But problem is they're not magnetic, so they're on a little S-hook thing, so if you want to change hands, which they do come with other hands, you can see here I've got the open and closed hands, so I have one of each. They are on a S-hook, so you have to sort of unstring them from the S-hook and change them like that, so not as easy as the Minifee, so if you're concerned about that, do keep that in mind if you want this body. And range of motion for these hands are pretty standard as well. I think the Minifee does have a better range of motion than most of the other dolls, but not too bad with this one. And standing, this girl stands like a trooper as well. She's really, really easy to stand, especially in clothes and stuff like that as well. So overall, my favourite body is definitely this one. Alright guys, that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. If you have any requests, you can leave it in the comments down below. You can also check me out on Instagram and Facebook at Creatures of Nat, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!